To the Gokhshtein Media Late Night News. I'm Ross Macdonald. We have David Gokhshtein and Tammy Hammer with us from the team, and thank you for joining us. Tonight we are doing a wrap-up about the Other Side land sale that happened with Bored Ape Yacht Club and all of the sub-brands under that. Welcome everybody to the show. Thank you everybody for tuning in. How are you both feeling after the weekend?
I'm exhausted.
It was stressful.
Yeah.
Very stressful.
I think everybody felt that way. I was not even as involved as you guys, and I felt like sick to my stomach at times. I was like, this is insane.
We all felt hungover the next day without the drinking. It was great.
That's weird. That's weird. So, like, all of our adrenal glands are just completely drained.
It was so bad. It was so bad. And I think we started getting amped up about it on Friday. And Michelle and I were in there at 9 a.m. to get our pre-approval. So it was stressful. And then I thought it started at noon. So I think I stressed you out because I thought that's when it started, but it didn't start till later.
Yeah, and then he went ahead and complained. I don't want to say anything because I might get suspended again and thrown off the show. Obviously, I'm just a fill-in, budget restraints and stuff, but I don't want to get thrown off. But I will say that somebody was a little bit animated and was told that it's starting at 12. About it, but it was a stressful day. And at 9 p.m. when everything launched, it was insanity. You felt like the tension, and I was saying relax to a few people. I was in a room with a few people, and I was telling everybody relax. That's the wrong word to use, relax, because as soon as you say relax, everybody gets even more stressed out and more heated. Especially Tammy likes to throw her hands up or something like that.
I'll start throwing these hands. I will do that.
But listen, I know we're gonna get into it, but for me, I found it to be exciting. Yeah, you were drained the next day. Like I woke up at 10 o'clock in the morning on the next day and stuff. Had to roll out of bed and hit my head on the wall. I don't drink coffee, but like. Still, it was fun. For me, I found it to be fun. Like it was one of the most epic events that we've had in this space. Like it was epic. Now, will things go wrong? Like, did a few things not go right? Yeah, but like for the most part, everything went right. If we're talking about the gas fees, if we're just strictly talking about the gas fees. Eliminate that for a second. Did the launch go as planned if you exclude the gas fees?
I'd say yes.
Now, obviously, nobody wants to pay $100,000 in gas fees. Like, I don't want to pay 5 ETH or 10 ETH to go ahead and mint land. Like, I get the frustration from that side, but to now have all these chats that are popping up on social media to FUD the hell out of one of the greatest ecosystems that we have in this space is ridiculous. And it's mostly from people that don't even own an ape. They don't own ape. They don't have a bored ape. They don't have a mutant. Don't even have a kettle. I mean, like they have nothing. Absolutely nothing. Most of the people that are FUDding, in my humble opinion, are those that didn't get land because the only purpose that they wanted land for was to flip it. They don't want to be a part of the ecosystem. You don't hear, if you look at most of the conversations happening right now on social media, the people that are loyal to the brand are not complaining. Are some saying the gas fees, bottlenecking? Okay, that's fair. But they came out and they stated, okay, we see the problem. We're gonna go ahead and take ApeCoin and create our own blockchain. Like we're gonna look into it. And like these things don't happen overnight. Like everybody in this space is a startup. Like literally everybody's starting from the ground up. Allow a time to build. That's all I'm trying to say. Yes, again, if you want to talk gas fees, we just saw that Ethereum is not scalable. Like it's not. It bottlenecks, chokes out the system. Okay, totally understandable. Take that out of the equation. I think they did it the right way. I don't think they should have had a Dutch auction or anything like that. I think they did it right. 305, 8. Go ahead, go get your land if you qualify, if you KYC, all that good stuff. That's my take. Didn't mean to hog the mic like that, but I mean, like, I'm just like frustrated by the stuff that's being thrown out by people that don't care about the ecosystem, and I feel bad for those that do. There are people that are actually in here that care about the ecosystem. They care about the swag. They care about getting sweatshirts. They care about, who knows, getting an ape, opening up their own store like they have in Cali where they sell burgers and stuff. There are people that are trying to get here into one of the most, honestly, one of the biggest ecosystems that I've seen in this space.
It's quite the contrast, though, between paying 1 to 2 ETH for a transaction. Some of our team was chasing down the KYC version. Tammy was doing that and paying this, and we're shuffling ETH around like crazy to try to pull it off. We thought that we were going to pay like what, $200, $300, $400, $500 in ETH for gas, and it's like, nope, 1.25 per land. And then the next day, we're claiming it for $28 in ETH. That is a huge contrast.
Well, and to watch the ETH as it moved. So I didn't want to get off that screen. And we were thinking 0.2, 0.5 ETH. We were like, we'll be good with that. Mm-hmm. And then we realized that wasn't even close. Like at one point I looked at it and I want to say ETH was up to, I think the transaction was up to between 9 and 10,000. And I thought, that is nuts. It's crazy. So I was dialing for dollars. I was dialing for ETH because it was nuts. But once it was there, I hit confirm. It was done. I didn't even look back. I got the 2. Had I waited, we wouldn't have gotten them.
Even then, that you finish the transaction, it's still stressful, isn't it?
I was stressed, and when I got the confirm, I wouldn't get off that screen. I was scared. I'm like Michelle, I took a screenshot of it, and I didn't want to get off that screen. I was scared. But then I realized we had it, so it was all good. But that was stressful. I don't think I've been that stressed out since I can remember. I was pretty anxious. And the next day, I was spent.
It's like playing $1 million Russian roulette.
Yeah, it was scary.
It was like Battleship. My mic's better now, right? Because I'm like getting like, okay, I'm getting like messages, David, your mic, but it was like Battleship. Like you're trying to get your opponent, but like, look, I said it again, and I know it's repetitive, but like, to make a whole big scene, all these rooms that are being created, nothing positive being said.
No.
Like, how many people are in these rooms that actually own apes? That's really the question. And like, think about it. They're gonna FUD this project in their favor to go ahead and get a good entry point if they have the money on the side, or the ETH, I should say, to get in and acquire one.
That could be a community strategy. Yep. But if you look at the 10,000 ape holders and the 20,000 mutant apes, 30,000 people, is that enough? Is that enough people to sustain the ecosystem? Maybe in one regards, but they're not trying to do that. They're trying to bring in, over 200,000 people with land, plus people who are going to explore it and use the ecosystem. That seems more viable. They need the public. We need the public.
So isn't that cool that they're trying to build this ecosystem? Like they're doing it the right way. They're not doing it backwards. Like Decentraland sucks. Like it really does. And I
It's-
apologize for hurting
It's
anybody's feelings, but like, has anybody been invited to go to the to a lounge scene out there or a party? Like it sucks. It's like
I've been to
lagging
some.
and it sucks.
Hey,
It
you don't.
really
Yeah, but
sucks.
you don't go on metaverses though.
I don't because I listen. Social distancing. You know, I'm still into that.
Digital social distancing.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's something
a
that's
thing.
coming next. I would not be surprised if that's passed. Social, digital social distancing. But all these, if you look at a lot of these metaverses, they completely suck. I mean, like the Sandbox was the one that I was like, okay, like Sandbox has a chance. But then like this comes out and like it's backed by huge money. Like there is big money behind Hugo Labs. I mean, like, give it a chance. Give it a chance. I know I've said this, I'm being super repetitive, but allow people to build. We are so quick to destroy things in this space. Like, we want adoption, we want to build, but we're quick to destroy. One thing goes wrong, and oh my God, the backlash. The backlash. The ETH, like, okay. You've gone on and on and on and on about the ETH gas prices. We all knew that the price on gas was going to be extremely high. That's it. There is whatever contract they would have wrote, it wouldn't have mattered. I don't care what anybody says. I spoke to devs, like it doesn't matter what contract they would have wrote up. It still would have, the outcome would have still been the same. Could they have saved a little on gas, or people could have saved a little bit? Okay, but it wouldn't have been dramatic. You still would have been paying $300, $500, whatever it was. You got to stop, man. Like, honestly, this community, I love you guys. I love socializing on social media. I love talking about cryptocurrency. I love talking about NFTs. I love the Web3 space. It's giving people an opportunity, but guys, like if you give the Googles and the Apples of the world the time and day to, or the time I should say, to develop shit, then allow our space to develop. Where are we in a rush to?
So as this is developing, have you guys heard when the next stage is, when things are going to go live on the other side? It's very complex.
I haven't. Did we find out too if they are giving more land? Like if you got in, they're giving you another one, or is that not confirmed?
I think there will be more releases of land. I think I saw on a roadmap that leak that happened a few weeks ago. The other 100,000 should be happening later in the year, maybe like August. But that was wild. They'll have to do something different, and I'm sure they'll figure that out. But you've got the land, you've got the quotas, you've got, it's like Settlers of Catan. You've got anima and ore and shard and root, and then treasures and tools, and I'm like, wow, like I'm not gonna be able to keep up with this.
This is like World of Warcraft, and I never played that game.
No, me either.
But didn't you say you have your quota can like leave you?
I'm hearing all kinds of rumors, and I'm like, what? I got babysit this thing like one of those Tamagotchi things where you hatch to the leg and you gotta take care of it. I'm like, I have 2 kids. They're out of diapers. I'm done. Like, I don't want to babysit a video game thing.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't want that responsibility. No thanks.
People should be really happy about just like, if you didn't get land, I get it. You're gonna be upset. And you know what? I feel, and I said this earlier, or I think I said this yesterday on like TikTok when I was doing a video. I was like, I only feel bad for those the people that didn't get land, that are super fans of the ecosystem, of everything, ape. I feel bad for them. Like, I feel bad if they weren't able to obtain land. I don't feel bad for anybody who doesn't have an ape, didn't care about this ecosystem, but only jumped in when they either heard about the ape coin drop, or jumped in to go ahead and grab land because they felt like it was their chance to go ahead and get life-changing money. So
Yeah.
Again, I'm upset. I'm not feeling these conversations. I'm really not feeling these conversations on social media. And a lot of people are just trying to rep their own project. So like nobody really cares about what happened. Like nobody's trying to like, no, if you look at a lot of stuff that's being said, nobody's actually coming up with a solution. Like everybody's easy to, talk about what went wrong, but there's nobody that says or comes out the crowd and says, you know what? I have the solution. I'm going to reach out to Hugo Labs, or I'm going to talk to somebody and ask them, could this work to go ahead and fix the problem? No, you don't have that. You have people within the industry, our industry, who are well known, who are running around, yapping, complaining, but won't offer a fix. And that goes for society in general. Like people like to be negative, but it's hard to be positive. So like you won't look at the positive side. You'll continue to harp on negatives. And you know what? It makes good, it's good for their engagement because they'll get lots of likes and retweets for being negative. You're not going to get lots of likes and retweets if you're going to come on and be positive. That's why Peter Schiff is so great. He comes on and shits on Bitcoin, and people just flock to go ahead and retweet, and bash him. Meanwhile, he's sitting there. He probably owns Bitcoin, which he probably
he does
100% because he accepts it on his website.
Yeah.
And so no matter what, you've owned it. Period. If you sold it, that's your choice. But you've owned Bitcoin. So there's a man who has Bitcoin. He's not stupid, but by him going out there and shitting on the space, it helps him because no matter what, people like the Joker over Batman. You're always going to like the villain somehow. So, just speaking facts.
That's true. It's true. So when we were going through that on the weekend, and all of this stuff was happening, the most interesting thing that I heard was that with people who are having failed transactions and people who were not able to mint, or the gas fees were so high, people actually refrained from purchasing land because, in one way, very smart, they thought that they would lose maybe, $4 or $5 grand in a transaction fee. And so they're like, you know what? I'm out. And they folded their cards and they're like, I'm not going to be a part of this ecosystem, which I see both sides of it. It's like, it's risky, but they can still participate in the future in the ecosystem. It's just, we don't know how yet.
Yeah.
I would say if you love the brand, you're going to find a way to get in. You might be, look, Supreme, they have these things at Supreme pop-ups or whatnot, like where you get there's only 200 sweatshirts available and people are standing in line around the block and some don't get it, but they're still Supreme fans, right?
Right.
You got Yeezys that come out, people get them for I don't know, I don't have Yeezys, but people get them for 300, others get them for 1,000, because they're going to GOAT. I guess GOAT is a place to go to get a pair of Yeezys or some high expensive sneakers. So you're always going to have that person that says, I don't care because I just want to be a part of the ecosystem. We're just learning that now, though, because it's becoming digital now. So people have to kind of get used to that. I would say that culture shock.
Mm-hmm. You know what I think is coming down the pipe, though, with Other Side, which I've been sort of waiting for some sort of gamification to do this. We see young kids, into NFTs, they're making money. But what we haven't really seen is gamification where kids can, earn something in game, liquidate it, and actually have revenue, convert it to fiat, have a liquid, exportable currency. If Other Side does this with their treasures and tools, if you can go around and gather these things and they have a value and these kids can liquidate it, you're going to see kids doing this as their jobs. This ecosystem is big enough for that to happen. Forget NFTs and the fact that these are NFTs. It's the gamification that people will turn this into their job.
Mm-hmm. So the days of your parents telling you that you'll never make any money at that, that's gone. That's been gone though, because they do have those setups where the competitions, and I mean, those people make killer money when they win those.
Oh, sure. But see, that's the only ones making money in esports are the kids who are the best of the best, right? The average kids aren't sponsored. They don't make revenue. If you don't get out of regional tournaments, you don't make anything. This sort of thing, you're going to see everyone making a little bit of bread and butter. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm in the other side ecosystem.
That's funny.
People will be like, what are you talking about?
That's funny.
What do you do? Funny. Oh, I farm jellyfish and stone tablets. And they'll be like, what?
Listen, people are like that now.
Yeah.
You know, like you talk to somebody like, hey, I just purchased, something for like $200,000. Well, first you would say ETH, and like they're like, what does that mean? And then you'll say, I just purchased a dog for like $250,000.
Yeah.
That conversation is so horrific for the other side, no pun. Like, what? Yes, a dog. I purchased a dog. A painting of the dog. This new collection dropped. It's funny because Ross out of all people, right? Like, I didn't expect him to be an NFT guy at all. Like, when I would talk to NFTs with Ross, he would like totally like find a way to end our conversation.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be like, I have to go to hockey, or I got to do this. I'll call you back later. And then one day he buys, I don't know what the hell it is, but he bought a bottle of milk. And I said, he goes, yep, bought a bottle of milk.
Teen Rebel Ape Club, or whatever that was.
I remember your PFP being that little bottle.
Everyone DM'd me. They're like, what is your PFP? Why do you have milk for your PFP? And I was like, get on the train.
He's like,
and
yeah,
it's a cool ecosystem,
a monkey, and then it's going to be a bigger monkey, and then it's going to get a spaceship. And like, I was like, what are you talking about?
What is it now?
I think the floor is like 0.01, so like, I don't know.
Did it turn
All I know is that, but this is, hold on, Tammy. This is the same man that played all of us, okay? So, let me get right to it.
Yeah, this is good.
Because like, I want to put a positive spin on this entire, we got through the negative stuff, right? The gas fees, okay. All right. The same people, this is the same situation when like Uniswap had the drop for Uni, and the entire network bottlenecked. I mean, it was bad. But we're sitting in a room. It's a few people. We're all praying though yesterday. We're all praying that we're trying to manifest getting a coda. Okay? we're praying to every god possible. We're praying to him or her. And nobody gets a coda. Like 5 people or 4, nobody gets a coda, okay? I am so tired from the 2 days. I swear to God, I'm so tired. I'm laying in bed and I get a text message from Ross Macdonald. And Ross tells me, well, I kind of screwed up, but I kind of didn't screw up. But like I sold land, but then I got this thing called a coda, and like everybody's freaking out about it. I am literally sitting, I sit up in bed. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Out of all the people, okay, like I'm not trying to say like Ross is not into NFTs. Maybe he's a diehard now, but he was so like anti NFT, like he wasn't like into it like us crackheads. Like we're in it, and he just pops out of nowhere and says, "I got a coda," and everybody's bidding on it. Like it's crazy. Like and the way he says it though, it's like, "Hey, so I got a coda," and like everybody's bidding on it. It's crazy.
I'll explain to everybody that
like he's jabbing you. Like, yeah, I got it. I know what I got, you son of a bitch. I'm just gonna let you know what I got.
The big. I'll explain to everybody.
Hold hold on. Before you get to that, meanwhile, I got land with just like grass with like wind, okay, and it looks like some turd took a turd is laying there from a turtle taking a dump on my land. We have Jessica, who looks like I'm gonna have to say this. It looks like her land. Her land was humped by an elephant.
No, it's marshmallows.
It was
marshmallows.
It is horrific. It is bad. Like, so everybody's land is horrible, except for the man who bought a bottle of milk, which turned into a teen ape ball for some whatever you just said. So go for it. I'm sorry for interrupting you, Rose. Go with it.
The one thing I don't like about what happened and the way things are categorized is you have the KYC purchase land, you have the Macy land, which people could just claim, and the Basie land, and it's all under the same category. And yeah, we're all learning and we're setting this. I go and claim mine from my mutant ape. I'm like, okay, so I have this, and then I'm watching everything, and there's been no reveal yet. I'm like, well, I'm getting offers for like 8.5, 9 ETH, and the floor price is only like 6 and 5, and they're going quick. Like, you open the screen, they disappear. You open the screen, they disappear. The floor price is fluctuating like crazy. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna sell mine. I'll pick one up off the floor, and I'll put 2 ETH in my pocket. Idiot. The Mace. Apparently there's a different floor price for Mace, for the mutant apes and the bored apes. So like, I sold this thing for 8.5 ETH, and then I went golfing, and I see this on my text, and it something pops up on Twitter, and it says floor price of the regular land is like 8 ETH, and mutant apes is like 16, and I was like, my golf game's ruined. I feel sick to my stomach. I'm gonna go puke in the lake. I was like, I had repurchased on the floor, but there was no reveal. And then I go home, and the reveal's there, and I have like Castle Grayskull from He-Man with a coda on it. I was like, whew! I'm like, that kind of makes up for the mistake, but people are offering me like 20 ETH for it now.
So thank God, you know, I think God was looking out for you for selling below the floor. Actually, you're gonna probably end up on, you know, somebody's gonna take a video clip of this and write a tweet about you. Like, this douchebag went ahead and sold, you know,
idiot.
Because that's what they're doing. They're like, haha, look, this guy sold. Because yesterday people were selling like for like, I think somebody accidentally sold something for 0.7 or something like that. Accidentally sold it. Meanwhile, they paid a ridiculous amount in fees.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that the night though that we were minting them?
Oh yeah, that was
it.
right after
somebody
mint.
went ahead and like completely messed up.
Yeah,
you'll have that. Listen, you'll have that.
There were some mistakes, but
listen, this was fun. This was fun. Come on, look at the entire ecosystem in terms of crypto currently right now. Crypto is down, and you know, people are salty as hell. Like, people, like, if I would need it, like I said earlier today, if I need a salt, all I need to do is just come to the crypto Twitter and like get me some salt, like, because it's bad out here. Market's down, sentiment is down. For me personally, obviously, we've been in this industry for so long, like, we're not affected by this. We know it's going to go back up. You know, think about this. We've crashed to $38,000, $39,000 on Bitcoin. We've crashed. Try to make sense of that, right? We've crashed, right? It's all going to go back up.
I try to
not financial advice, but it always happens. Bitcoin's been dead 54,000 times.
I try to look back at my younger self and think, what would I think about what's happening now with finances and technology? Like, when I was 15 years old, I worked at 7-Eleven head office making sandwiches for $5.50 an hour in my summer holidays. You try explaining this to myself. Try explaining this to the average person. This is crazy. This makes no sense.
Well, it does make sense. You're, you know, somebody asked me this. I think 2 days ago. What are NFTs? for me, it's an industry, number one, that you're super early to it. It's allowing people to get in and be creative, like, and it's super necessary. We need it. Like, we need the NFT space, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying watching people build out. So, like, I have the patience, and I understand, coming from the centralized world, that things need time to go ahead and build. You can't build a house in 2 days. You can, but I don't know how the structure is going to come out or how solid it is going to be. Allow things to build up. Everybody gave Cardano 5 years, 6 years to build. Meanwhile, Bored Apes, just like that entire thing, it's a year old.
That's so weird.
Like, why the drama? Seriously, like, I really want to go into a room. I haven't been on Twitter Spaces. I really want to go into a room, and I'm going to raise my hand and be a speaker and ask, why the drama? Well, no, seriously, like, and be real with me. Why are we complaining? And take away Ethereum. Why are we complaining?
Mm-hmm.
What did they do wrong?
You know what it is? It's microeconomies that have been established and raised up from nothing that are turning into extreme macro economies.
Yeah.
And nobody's prepared for it, and nobody's thinking ahead. They're just sort of reacting to what's in front of them. I think it takes some real thinking. You know, what's happening? What can we prepare ourselves for? How can we be proactive to deal with the finance, the marketing, the technology? Nobody's thinking that far ahead.
Because number one, and let's be real here, economics not taught in school. You know, people are coming in here first time. They're just, you know, hitching a ride with Crypto Elmo and the Sesame Street gang, and they're following their advice, which is obviously off of a cliff with no parachute, and then they get burnt, and then they're guarded, and then they start making mistakes. What people need to do right now is take their keyboard and push it to the side, sit back, watch as many educational videos out there as possible. Read it. There's educational material out there. Get it in your hands. Research. Go into Twitter Spaces. Go onto Clubhouse. Just sit for the first 10 days. Go on Coinbase. Go win yourself some crypto, but learn it. You can go onto our website. I didn't feel like plugging it because it's all over the place right now. Gokhshtein Media on top here. But you can go and learn about everything, and then slowly get in. Just get in. You know, like, people don't do that. People are here, instant gratification. There's no delay in it. They want it now. They heard that their friend made millions of dollars. They heard their friend has an NFT that's worth $1.1 million. People want it. People are trying to escape the simulation that is the centralized world, where you work that 9 to 9 and not that 9 to 5 anymore. People are seeking that instant instead of delayed. So that my perspective right now on the entire space.
Tammy, what do you feel about, you know, the people around you that have been involved in this? Like, they've done well with their knowledge and implementation of things.
As far as the crypto space, you mean?
I mean, specifically with the other side, and yeah, like, knowing NFTs coming into this. Like, some people are starting from scratch, but that's a lot.
It is. And, you know, me, I haven't been in the NFT space that long. I'm not like everybody else with this. I had this conversation a little bit with you. I don't get emotional about it. I just don't have that with these things. So I don't feel the FOMO. I don't feel any of that. But I haven't been in the NFT space as long. So in the NFTs that I have, like, I want to kind of hide some of them because I don't know. I didn't feel, though, that I got burnt on anything, which is good. Oh, maybe one. There is one that I did.
Everyone's got one.
Salty about, but I don't know. There's just red flags to me with things now, but I'm learning. I'm still learning. And I think it's really cool what the Bored Apes are doing. I think it's dope. And even the land that people think is basic, I said this yesterday, you don't know, somebody may want to buy that land that attaches to theirs. They want a bigger space. They want more land. So just if you think it's basic, it may not be. Somebody may pay you big money for that because they want a bigger plot. So I don't know, it's cool. The Decentraland, I can't get into that. I went in there, the graphics, it's bad. So I don't know. This one though, I think is really cool. I'm glad you got a coda.
I'm not.
I don't know what to do with it.
I'm not.
David's salty, but don't be salty. Your
Listen,
land is
hold on.
cool. You got like a volcano on your land.
Yeah, I got a volcano. Great.
That's kind of cool.
And I can't wait until it goes ahead and erupts, and my land is like completely destroyed.
Maybe he'll review a coda. Maybe his coda, he won't feed it, and it'll come to your land.
That's terrifying. You imagine buying something for top dollar and then, oh, you didn't feed this thing. It took off.
Yo, the coda sends you a DM on Twitter saying I'm out. Yo,
I'm gone. I just went to Banana Land next door.
Yeah. I see that. So on Twitter, there are people sending me a few DMs, and I just looked to the side of the chat. Jenna's like, put it on XRPL.
No.
Tell me that. Listen, I got XRP, but like, tell me the advantage of putting it on XRPL. Like, literally, tell me the advantage of putting ApeCoin on XRPL.
Well, I get it. Put on something with low fees, something that's quick, test it out, test the scalability. Sure, but like they're minting NFTs on XRPL now, right?
Yeah.
That's not necessarily the issue here. The issue here is that they put everything under a time crunch for that. They could have whitelisted and just do like for the Macy and the BAYC holders. You got 21 days to claim. Why couldn't they do that?
Listen, I have 21 days to claim. I didn't rush. I didn't rush. But like, people, they should. You know what? But again, we're playing Monday morning quarterback, and they did this wrong, and they did this. Okay, so now moving forward, if there's any drops, it'll be different. And I'm pretty sure they're going to be on their own network. You can't have the amount of fans that you have, and that again, I go back to the ecosystem. You can't have that big of an army, right? And leave it on Ethereum. Unfortunately, you can. You have to. I said it in a tweet before anything happened. I said, Ape needs its own. It needs its own blockchain. And Jesus, I mean, fork Ethereum.
Well,
and make it your own. I mean, like, seriously.
Fork it afterwards. After it gets the proof of stake, then fork it.
Okay. But I'm just saying in general, do something. You can't have. They have millions of people. It's not like you got two. You have millions of people. Like, it deserves its own chain. It shouldn't be on Ethereum. Like, you start on Ethereum, it's nice. Ethereum has given a lot of projects an opportunity to build, but then they outgrow it. You need to move to your own chain so you can go ahead and deliver for your ecosystem. That's how it has to work. You can't continue to sit on Ethereum, especially now. Look, I am a die-hard ETH fan. Like, I love ETH. And I battle all the time on Twitter. I have a friend who is a strong hater, okay? And they continue to. Oh, she's a hater. She's a hater, and she wishes death on Ethereum. Okay, she wants to see Ethereum collapse.
That's cap.
Meanwhile, all these protocols, okay, all these protocols have? EVM, right? They're all made with right. Meanwhile, she wants Ethereum to collapse, crush. Okay?
No.
Ethereum,
No.
I'll say one thing though, for everybody crying, hold on, Tammy, you can have the mic next. But for everybody crying about Ethereum, there is no other chain in this industry that could have handled what happened yesterday. For all the crying, Ethereum is the only one that could have handled what happened when the land on was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. When I already forgot the fucking dates. We're demonetized now, so we can say whatever. I can say whatever I want. But at the end of the day, tell me one chain that would have been able to sustain that kind of traffic that was generated by the Bored Apes or by Yuga Labs.
I don't know. Nothing else has been tested like that. Nothing.
Okay, you think? Hold on. If you would have put this thing on the Tron network, what would have happened?
I have no idea.
If you would have put it on Harmony, what would have happened?
I don't know.
Polygon.
Polygon might have been good.
Might have. What would have happened with Solana? What do you think would have happened with Solana? Solana's still in ICU.
Yeah.
It's current. No, I don't want to. It's currently walking with one of those, like, what are those canes called that actually
A walker.
A walker. Yeah, there you go. Sleep deprived, dental work. With a
I'm glad
walker.
you have a coma.
People like me don't go into a coma after I told you, the kind of dental procedure that I had would have left a lot of people in a coma. Thank God. But listen, Solana, you can't mention. I like Solana. It's not like I wish bad on Solana, but everybody's making Solana out to be like, like crazy dope. But like when it went ahead and went down multiple times, all these VCs hid under the desk. They were nowhere to be found, no comment, no nothing. So again, like all the shit talking about Ethereum, at the end of the day, it is able to go ahead and process these huge transactions. So yeah, it sucks. We'll repeat ourselves. Gas fees. Gas fees. The gas fees.
Let's make a t-shirt. Gas fees.
No, you should. The t-shirt should be like, but what about the gas fees?
Mm-hmm.
I think we did well on gas fees, though, from what they were. So I think
only what do we pay? 2.5 Ethereum? Yeah, did pretty well.
That statement, that sounds crazy. It actually wasn't terrible considering the assets that have been acquired. But when you say what was spent on it, and you go to explain it to someone down the street at the coffee shop, they'd be like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
I have to answer this real quick. Somebody said David is kicking Ethereum to the curb for Ape Chain. He's an Ape Maxi now. I love it.
Ooh.
Do not get it confused. I'm an Ethereum head. I respect all the projects in this space. Okay, I'm not gonna come on here and hold a Twitter space and say how bad this is and how bad that is. No. I'm supporting every legitimate project in this space because if you're doing it the right way, you deserve the support of the community. Okay, let's leave Bitcoin out of the equation. We know what Bitcoin is used for. Okay, when we talk Bitcoin, we talk money, right? Everything else is tech, right? Tech ecosystems, great. I'm rooting for you to win. I'm not sitting here saying, "Oh man, I wish." Oh man, I hope it goes down. I really hope it goes down so I can go into a chat room and say, "See, look at this shitty ass project. Look, it went down." Okay, no, I don't. Because if these things can actually survive, then they can be perfect complements to Ethereum.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's a perfect complement to Ethereum and whatever else takes over. Who knows 5 years from now if it is XRPL. That is, the big boy. Like nobody knows, but for now, 6 years in, it's Ethereum.
Mm-hmm. No word from Vitalik on this, hey? No comments.
No,
I thought he didn't. I thought he did.
Did he?
That night, but I don't remember what he said. I think he did comment on it though.
What is that? Ooh, Coinbase card.
So you know what? I want to talk about Coinbase real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's fancy. Let's talk about when
Coinbase be a weapon. That's all I'm saying.
Those are heavy, yeah.
Well, in New York, you can't have none of this stuff. But I'm gonna say that when Coinbase goes down, nobody gets that mad. We're mad for 5 minutes and we go on our way, right? What happens when Coinbase NFTs? What happens when they come out and like they start dropping the ball? Are we going to go ahead and give them poop also, or no? Or we're gonna let them slide?
No.
This is jealousy, okay? If I really want to go on a rant here,
Go for
but
it.
I know, there is a specific project that I went into, and I thought it was the next Bored Apes. Meanwhile, at that very time, those Bored Apes were like 1 Ethereum. Meanwhile, I am buying up something else like a crackhead at 4 o'clock in the morning, asking people for money and itching my neck like this.
Hey
Left
guys,
hold in my leg. That's what happened. So that's why, like, I appreciate. First of all, if you own an ape, you should be saying thank you, because that was the greatest stimulus check that you ever received in your life.
Mhm.
You were dropped at its high, almost $300,000.
Mhm.
That ape was almost $300,000 if you had a Bored Ape. You imagine if you had multiple, ridiculous amount of money. I don't care what the founders received. I don't care how much the founders have. I care about how much I have. Everybody's always checking somebody else's wallet. No. Don't check anybody else's bank account. You got a free airdrop. That's what I'm talking about. This community is ridiculous, and it's still an infant. Let it grow. What if they, you know what, in 2 weeks from now, what if they decide, you know what, guys, we want to go ahead and do something great for you guys. We'll drop you more ape coin for everybody. We'll drop it to everybody. We're going to give everybody, 5,000 ape. Are we going to hold a press conference also then and say, oh man, 5,000 ape, but you know what, for everything I suffered, I should have got a 20? Like, are these going to be the conversations? Fucking complainers, this generation.
My favorite saying.
I did get the tweet from Vitalik. He did tweet that night.
He did?
Yes. My friend that sent it to me said even Vitalik basically said that ETH sucks. So,
listen. No, that's not what he said.
Then I'll read what he said. Do you want to know what he said?
Read it.
You can read it, but like
for the viewers,
that came from
from an
ETH hater. That came from.
But I'm saying that was what she said about it.
Yeah, that's what she said.
That out of the way.
Yeah, she's just let's clarify that she is a hater.
She's not a hater.
Absolutely, clarify it.
That's my girl. I'm not. No.
So what does it say?
It says, don't think optimizing the contract would help. Regardless of contract details, tax fee goes up until list price plus tax fee equals market price. If gas usage per purchase decreased 2 times, the equilibrium gas price would have just been greater than 12,000 gwei instead of 6,000. So, but she's saying that he's basically saying that ETH sucked in that. But
he's saying that the format of the release would cause the same problem, if not worse, if it was optimized differently.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The solution is coming. They move to 2.0. They're not going to have these problems. If it's successful,
I've never heard of another mint that caused any extremely high gas fees. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, but how many people were trying to get land? That's the thing.
So many.
It's you have all these projects popping off, but like nobody's like. I mean, what? 10,000 people are trying to get it.
Yeah.
20 at most.
It's no big deal.
You don't have millions of people trying to get it. I'm guaranteeing you it was 1 million people. At least 1 million people were trying to get land. Because somebody told somebody told somebody told somebody told somebody told somebody. You don't have that with other projects. And again, I'm not trying to shit on other NFT projects. You just don't have that. You don't have that. This is, again, the wave they've done, the roadmap, everything they've done in this ecosystem has been a model for you to go ahead and use to, if you're planning to ever start your own project, you're gonna want to go ahead and take the blueprint from, you know, the Bored Apes and do it the way they did it. 10,000 Bored Apes. They went, you know, obviously they sit at 116 ETH as the floor right now because, you know, of all the fudding and all the people crying. But they were like, okay, how do we get more people in? Let's drop 20,000 mutant apes. People now have a chance to go ahead and get into something knowing, and they know, they're not stupid. They know that people can get in at a cheaper price and experience the ecosystem. Both apes, what? It gives you the privilege or allows you the benefit to network with a lot of people. How much does that cost? To go ahead and go out to an event where major names can be there within the space or out, for you to have that ape that allows you and gives you access to go there and to get to talk to a Mark Cuban or whoever, how much does that cost? It's priceless. You know, it's price. Now you have an ape, right? Or a mutant ape. You don't own the IP rights. Take a shirt like this, put put the ape that you own on the back, sell it. Open a Spotify store and start selling it. You own the IP. It is allowing you to earn passive income. There's a lot that you can do within this space. And people are big on apes, right? Ross, you were telling me, hey, swag is selling like crazy. If you get swag, it's selling like crazy on eBay or Amazon or wherever. Who else has merch that's selling like crazy like that?
Did you get your swag, David?
No, I didn't. I'm not. Ross is into that kind of, like, I should get it because I do wear hoodies, you know, once in a while. Obviously, I'm wearing one right now, but, you know, I do wear once in a while. But Ross is a bigger fan of the swag part, as you can see in the back, than I am. But yeah, I should get it. I should get it.
Correction on the events. Obviously, I wasn't at the previous event in November for Bored Apes. We'll go to NFT NYC and we'll go check out the one this year. But I'm pretty sure that celebrities won't be there. I can't see them just walking around, you know, with 2,000 people. My perspective is, you know, you'll have 2,000 developers in there, you know, having juice boxes. It's not some celebrity showdown.
They're gonna definitely. You're gonna see celebrities that own one pop in. You know why?
If they're there. If I was organizing that event and celebrities are coming, they would have to have some sort of private space for them.
No, they probably will. They're gonna listen. They're gonna, and that's what I mean. So look at the options that, and I'm just showing you the ecosystem. They have the options of bringing these people in. You know, whereas these crypto owls, what are they called? Moon owls, whatever, moon birds. Yeah, you had the guy Ryan, who was, I guess, the former COO, because he stepped down a day after because he was doing another project. You had him. He was like, "Yeah, we're gonna be like number one now." Like this is like, what?
They have a new Ryan now.
No, but it was the old Ryan. But either way, first of all, that work looks like crap. I'd never buy one, even if it was 0.1. I'm not mad because I didn't get in, but honestly, like I don't. When you say that you're going to be better than somebody, that's an automatic turnoff. Like, to me personally, like if you say you're the next Bitcoin, I'm not even looking at you. When you say you're the next Ethereum or you're the Ethereum killer, not looking or paying attention to you. Because how many times have we heard that only to see whatever it was just disappear? So again, a lot of people give me heat for asking questions and talking about utility and ecosystems, But if you're investing money into this space, if you're investing money into NFTs, into cryptocurrency, you better be asking questions. Like, this is your money. Nobody gave it to you. Like, Tammy, if you gave me money and you told me not to ask questions, not a problem. I'm just gonna throw my money in there and not say a word. You know why? Because it's not my money. But it's my money, so I'm allowed to say or ask anything I like. So
I agree.
I think the standard is the Bored Apes. That is the standard. They did everything the right way. They saw the flaws in CryptoPunks. CryptoPunks, if you bought a CryptoPunk, you did not own the IP. You did not own the IP to CryptoPunks. Maybe up until now. Now you own it, but before you didn't own it. People are paying, $1.3 million in Ethereum to purchase punks and not own the image. And that's a big thing with NFTs. You want to own that IP, right? For athletes, they want to own their brand and likeness. Well, you better get into NFTs. You better make sure that you build a ecosystem for yourself, where you're not getting 95% of the profit. 95% of the profits are going to whatever league it is, and you're getting 5%. No, this is an opportunity. Again, that's why we're super early. This is an opportunity for everybody. The guy in Times Square, I always talk about it. The guy who is a phenomenal artist in Times Square painting for $4 now has an opportunity to come into this space and make $200,000. And that's why I love this space. But it's growing and it'll take time. That's it.
It's true. Well, we're almost at the top of the hour. We have some articles coming out from our team about Other Side, and we will keep reporting.
Yeah, honestly, guys, by the way, because I'm just filling in, because I'm like day to day. I'm the day-to-day guy until they send me down to the minors again. I just want to say, like, if you tune into Late Night News, we're always reporting about the latest that happened throughout the day. Obviously, a lot of you guys go to work. You don't have time to check in. This is the place to come to. Hopefully, people will tune in, see Ross Macdonald and Akil and a bunch of team members like Tammy and Michelle get up on here and, deliver the news of the day and, get you just up to date. But today, honestly, was more of a thing where we just wanted to come on and talk about apes. And I think from my side, I just wanted to talk about what went right instead of just talking about one or two things that went wrong. I think that's easy. It's really easy to be negative and go that route. I want to look at the positives, and then the little fixes that can happen. Like, it's easy to. Would you agree before we go off air? Would you agree that that's an easy fix to solve the issue of gas? Like, to in a way come out in stages to where people get land, or like if I have a Bored Ape or you have a mutant ape, we have a timer and date to where we can collect our stuff, to where it doesn't.
It's easy.
Go ahead. So like they will learn from this, and you'll see, like, if they do have a new airdrop that comes out, it'll be much different. Even if it's still on Ethereum's blockchain and not on their own. So those are my parting words, and I'm going to keep positive about everybody doing big shit in this space.
That's good. We can break that down. Tammy, thank you for tuning in with us. We'd like to have you on. We would like to have you on here much more, and we'd like more of our team members on here. And if you would like to be a part of the Gokhshtein Media team, check out the jobs page, gokhshteinmedia.com/jobs, and apply if you'd like to be on the news like this.
Thanks for having me, guys. I enjoyed it.
Thanks for coming on, Tam.
I love it.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great night, and we'll see you on the next show.
Bye.